Hi everyone, you are all welcome to online lecture 1. And before I start, I have this information for you. To ensure effective online teaching and learning, major topics of the course have been split into parts. This is to enable easy download of videos by students for the lectures. You will notice that we are done with the first topic in class, and you have done assignment covering that topic on Sakai. Our next major topic is mineral and rock resources. In that case, the online lecture begins with this topic. So, online lecture 1 will cover part 1 of mineral and rock resources, as indicated on this slide. So, to begin with, let me give you the outline of the topic. It starts with the purpose and objectives of the lesson. We shall look at elements and the periodic table. You will answer the question, what are minerals? We shall look at types of mineral deposits, as well as minerals extraction, then economic factors in mining, and the environmental consequences of mining. Purpose and objectives. The lesson is to enable you understand what minerals ore are, the various ore deposits, and extraction. Therefore, it is expected that by the end of the lesson, you should be able to do a lot. You should be able to state the characteristics of minerals, identify the various formations of minerals. You should be able to state and explain the types of mineral deposits, differentiate between metallic and non-metallic minerals. You should be able to state the mineral extraction methods, and you should be able to develop the understanding of the environmental problems that are associated with mineral extraction. Elements and the periodic table. The question I will ask now is, what are elements? I believe each one of you has different view. But in the context of minerals, generally, elements can be considered as the basic building blocks of minerals. I mean the basic building blocks of minerals. Just like the wall of a building, blocks or bricks are the basic entities used to build a wall. And over 100 elements are known. The periodic table. Please don't get scared about the periodic table. We are not going into details. We shall only look at the very basic part of it for the purpose of the minerals we are to discuss. I only entreat you to pay attention. The periodic table also known as the periodic table of elements, is a tabular display of the chemical elements. This is to say, the chemical elements are displayed in a table form, or they are displayed in a table like this. This is a table, and the chemical elements are displayed in the table. Take note. The elements are arranged by atomic number, electronic configuration, and recurrent chemical properties. The elements are arranged by atomic number. So the numbers that are in the boxes are atomic numbers. So for example, H here, the atomic number here is 1. Helium, the atomic number here is 2, in that order. So that is what we mean by they are arranged by atomic numbers, electronic configuration, and the rest. And the structure of the table shows periodic trends. There are 7 rows called the periods. 7 rows. This is a row, row 1. This is another row, row 2. And I said there are 7 rows. So row 1 up to what? 7 row. Please, this section of the table or the element here, don't bother yourself. So I won't talk about here. We are only particular about this portion. So take note of that. The periods generally have metals on the left and non-metals on the right. So that if you look at the period, you have metals on the left, so metals, non-metals on the right. So take note of that too. The columns are called groups, and they contain elements with similar chemical behaviors. This is a column. This is a column. So this is group 1, group 2, up to group 3. So as I said, the columns are called groups, and they are numbered from group 1 to group 18, as you can see here. 6 groups have accepted names as well as assigned numbers. This is to say that there are 6 groups that have been given names which are accepted with assigned numbers. I will just give some example. For example, group 17 elements are called the halogens. These are group 17 elements. The elements in group 17 are called the halogens. And group 18 elements are called the noble gases. This is group 18, and the elements in this group are called the noble gases. The elements from atomic numbers 1 through to 118, that is, these elements from atomic number 1, that's hydrogen, up to atomic number 118, that is organism, these elements have been discovered or synthesized, therefore completing the sevenfold rules of the periodic table. Yes, we have sevenfold rules. We have some of the elements that are naturally occurring, and some have been manufactured in the laboratory, therefore getting the full seven rules. The synthesis of elements having atomic numbers, higher atomic numbers, is currently being pursued, and this element will be given an eighth rule. It means that scientists are working on the manufacture of other elements, that is from element number 119 going, and they will soon come out with what? The eighth rule to complete it. The theoretical aspect have been done and everything, but you don't need to bother about this, please. The first 94 elements, that is from hydrogen through to plutonium, the first 94 elements from hydrogen here through to plutonium. Take note of that. This is that you can see. You can see it here. All that through to plutonium. These elements are all naturally occurring. However, the elements from 95 to 118 have been synthesized in laboratories and nuclear reactors. So take note of that. Yeah, the slide is compacted, so you cannot see the table very well. Maybe let me have a bigger part of the table for you to see here. So there is it. You can see it very clear here, the periodic table. So please, at least entreat you to know the names of the first 20 elements. First 20 elements. And know their position and the rest. For example, I may ask a question. Hydrogen and lithium are in the same group. True or false? It's true. This is hydrogen and lithium being in the same group. So at least the first 20 elements, observe them very well, knowing elements that are in the same group, knowing elements that are in the same period, in that order. So take note of this too. Now, the question that I will ask, what are minerals? What are minerals? To answer this, you need to consider the characteristics of minerals. You need to consider these 5 characteristics of minerals. So the characteristics of minerals are: 1. They are naturally occurring. That is to say, minerals are not man made or artificial, but they occur in nature. Minerals are solid substances. They are not gases, they are not liquids. Minerals have orderly crystalline structure. That is to say, the internal atomic arrangement of minerals to give a crystalline structure is not random but orderly. Minerals have definite chemical composition, meaning the elements that make up a particular mineral are definite. Minerals cannot have elements, say A and B today, and the next time they are made of elements C and D. No. Minerals are generally considered inorganic. That is to say, minerals are inorganic substances. They are not made of organic materials. So that if you are able to form any meaningful sentence from the five characteristics in any order, then that is the answer to the question, what are minerals? Let me give a typical example and you also do the rest. So I will say minerals are naturally occurring solid inorganic substances with definite chemical composition and orderly crystalline structure. That is a meaningful sentence, and that has answered the question. So, students, I ask you the question again, what are minerals? So, I want to get different versions from you from the various characteristics that have been given. How many minerals are there? That is the question asked. In fact, there are so many speculations about the number of minerals on Earth. However, about 4,000 minerals are known to occur naturally. That is, this number has been found on Earth and identified as inorganic solid having characteristic chemical composition and specific crystal structure. But relatively few minerals are popular due to their pleasing appearance and the rest. Generally, minerals are composed of more than one element or compound. Actually, minerals can be made of one element. I shall talk about that later. But in general, two or more elements, say sodium and chloride, can come together to form a mineral, and that is the common salt. We may have an element combining with a compound to form a mineral. Native element, as I earlier indicated that I shall talk about it. These are minerals that are made up of only one element. The periodic table that we came across, if you observe very well, we have the elements copper, You have gold being element, mercury, silver, all being elements. But we also have minerals, the mineral copper, the mineral gold, the mineral mercury, the mineral silver. So the mineral copper is made up of only one element, that is copper element. The mineral gold is made up of only one element, that is gold element, so on and so forth. So minerals that have these characteristics of having only one element are referred to as native element. And with this comes to the end of today's lecture.